Thing is loading. Okay, we're live. If you're here, please let me know if the audio sounds good. I think I have it set up well, so you can see my mic is right here. I'll try not to tap it. But yeah, let's see what we got. So, oh, hi, Piper. Hello, Katrina. So ready to see you live. Aw, well, thanks for being here. Appreciate it. Um, what are we doing today? Right, so I said that last week we tried this. Oops, sorry about the sound. Oh my gosh. Last week I went live at 1 p.m. on Friday and it went really well and you guys seem to enjoy it. So I think I'm going to try to do every Friday, but I'm going to wait till I'm done working. So 5 p.m. is when I'm going to do the lives if you enjoy that sort of thing. Love if you come stick around, and if you are watching these afterwards when they're up on YouTube, thank you so much for being here too. We have fun here, but yeah, that's all the spiel I got today, basically. So, what to do? I'm working on a second sample for the scarf pattern, the lichen scarf that I'm working on, and this will start testing Monday, next Monday. So next Monday, as in the upcoming Monday, not next Monday as in like the following. English doesn't make sense sometimes, but yeah. So the upcoming Monday, it's gonna go into testing. So I'm moving up a second sample for it, just because I like to test my patterns, at least twice usually. Yeah, I usually test my patterns twice before I put them out myself. And like as well, on top of that, have other testers trying them too. Always so confusing the Monday thing. I know. Like, is it the next week? Is it the following? Like, what? How do we make English work better? I don't know. It's very confusing. So, oh yeah, I was gonna tell you guys before I kind of get really into everything. I talked about it on my TikTok too, but yesterday I went into Vancouver and I went to Tim Hortons, like normal. Got off of the train at Waterfront, go to Tim Hortons, right? It's pretty normal. And then standing in line waiting, and some dude, like clearly on drugs, comes up to the girl in line, like ahead of me, and just starts yelling in her face and getting all up in her face. I love an ice cap. Yeah, I know that. I was going to go get an ice cap. But this guy starts yelling all up in this girl's face, like freaking out, holding his phone up and like holding it in her face and like playing music loud at her and like not even speaking discernibly. Like he's, you can't even tell what he's saying really. So like I'm looking around and no one's saying anything. It's like I'm the only person noticing what's happening, I feel like. So I said something. I go, yo, like leave her alone, like back off, dude. And he kind of was still doing it, but then I was like, I kept talking. I kept like, leave her alone. She doesn't want your phone in or she doesn't want your phone in her face. Like, back off. And I feel like because I was talking to her and her friend started to tell him like, go away, dude. Like, finally, getting some motion here, some right. We're getting him to maybe back off, and then he started coming up to me and getting all up in my face and yelling at me because obviously I was like provoking. I wasn't provoking though. I was being assertive, but I wasn't being mean about it. And then he starts getting all up in my face, not making any sense. So, and like luckily I'm taller than him too because I was wearing heels. So like usually people on drugs are like kind of crouched and like low. So I was like puffing myself up and I was like, okay, what's good? Like, why are you all up in my face? Like, you need to get out of here. And the employees are just standing there looking like, what do we do? And yeah, it was a whole thing. But I noticed in the corner of my eye, like the security guy coming towards us. I'm like, oh, okay, good. He's gonna come help us. He's gonna come deal with the situation. Get this guy to get the hell out of here. Because clearly he's not a customer or anything. And then he comes over, so I start talking to him. I go, hey, like, this is the situation. He was yelling at these girls. I'm just trying to get him to back off of us. He keeps yelling in my face. The security guard literally standing there, he's like, like straight up an NPC. Like he's not talking to me, he's not clicking, he's not communicating. So then I'm like, what the hell is going on? So then he like pulls to the side and he pulls out his little thing and he goes, like calls for backup. And I'm like, stop right now. Stop. You're joking. You're actually messing with me. You need to call for backup. It's one dude, and I'm taking him on myself as a woman in here. Like, you gotta be out of your mind. So, anyways, the 3 other security guards that we needed come over. So now we've got 4 security guards. I didn't say that right. Security guards here total to get rid of this guy. And I was like, oh my God, I feel like I'm going crazy. Like, I actually feel like I'm losing my mind here. And when the security guy was like standing here and being useless and not talking to me, I looked over to the lady beside me and I went, isn't that crazy? He's like not saying anything. Like, I feel like I'm going crazy. And she ignored me. She was like looking away, purposely trying not to make eye contact with me. I'm like, oh my God. Okay, I feel like this is just so bizarre. I don't know. You are the best white knight. Plus you have knitting needles. I know, back off. I always got them in my bag. That's true. Tim Hortons does not pay enough to deal with this. Yeah, exactly. NPC, you play too many video games. No, it's true. They stand there and they're like, not like, they're acting like they're like not real people. But, I don't know. The thing about that whole story too that really annoyed me was the fact that getting off the train that day and like tapping my compass card, there was cops standing right near where we tapped the compass cards and a bunch of transit security. And it's like, okay, seriously, you're trying to make sure we like pay every single penny that we owe, but God forbid you cops do anything about people being harassed. Like, what is happening here? So anyways, super annoying. Vancouver do be like that. I feel like the situation keeps getting more and more dire, but if we can all just agree to say something when something's happening, or just to like stand up for our fellow humans, that would be really nice. I think that could be cool. So I think we need to like stand up for people more. Anyway, not to get on my soapbox. It's the end of the day. We're just trying to chill after work, so we can do some stitches, but I don't know. It feels so sad when you're walking around downtown and people like purposely avoid eye contact or they're so weird or like no one talks to each other anymore. I don't know. I wish it was like a little bit nicer, a little bit better. Welcome to Vancouver. Make sure to take it a make course. Yeah, literally, I feel like that. No, I know. I definitely have this issue where I don't have that self-preservation thing in my brain that tells me not to do things that are dangerous. I feel like I just don't have that. I'm missing that piece that's telling me be careful. I don't know. I put myself in these situations. Like one day when I was downtown, there was this guy out with a snake, and he was just like letting people come up, take pictures with his snake, like, whatever. And he asked me like, oh, do you want to hold the snake? Or do you want to like, I was petting her. And I was like, yeah, I want to hold your snake. And he like put her on me and stuff. And I was so happy. And then I realized he was telling me like, oh, don't worry. She won't bite you because she just ate a whole bunch. So she'll be fine. And I was like, that didn't even cross my mind that she'd want to bite me. Like, she's so nice. Why would she want to bite me, the snake? So yeah, there's maybe I need to be more careful, especially downtown. I don't know. What are you gonna do? I forget where I'm at in the pattern, but yeah. The stitch pattern's a little bit tricky, but once you get the hang of it, it's actually really easy. But just keeping track is good. Hi, Marcia, Yarn and Crafts. What are you working on? Tell me what you're knitting right now. Show us what you're doing. I want to understand. So, I can't give away too many details because this is the pattern that I'm releasing, but I'm just working on, like, this is the start of the scarf. Oops. Oh, I don't have, oh, no, I do. One sec. I'm making another one of these, so it's like a little scarf. And then it goes like this. Bam. So cute. So this is like the smaller size, and then the other one I'm working on is going to be the larger size. But for those of you that don't really knit or don't really know, I'm like, this is my own pattern that I designed, so I'm writing this pattern right now, and then it's going to get tested soon. So I'm working on another test of it, but I'm also going to have other people testing it for me too. So she, oh, thank you. Yeah, I really like this scarf. It's been really good. I was encouraged actually last stream. I had this done, but I was kind of delayed on writing up the pattern and finishing writing the pattern because I was like, I don't know, we're kind of going into, well, it is already spring, oh my gosh, and we're going into summer, and so I was a little bit worried, like, I don't know if people are going to be super interested in a scarf around this time of the year. Like, it's probably better to release this pattern later on in the year, but Freddie, I think their name is, they were here last time and they were telling me, like, no, do it now because there's a lot of provinces where it's still really cold and you need a scarf. And I was like, you know what? That's a good idea. It could be like a nice little spring scarf. And knitting takes so long that you can work on it now and you'll have it done in fall. So you don't have to worry about like rushing on this one. It can be just like your back burner project or whatever. So this, yeah, exactly. I feel like my brain just lagged out. I forgot what I was talking about. But yeah, very nice stuff. If you guys are here and you are knitting or you're working on something, let me know what you're working on because I love the inspiration. And let me know if you're working on something that I might have recommended in a video because I did a couple videos with pattern inspiration and recommendations. So if you're working on one of those, I'd be so curious to know. So yeah, that'd be really cool. Hi, you're one of my favorite new YouTube podcasters, and I'm very picky. Whoa, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Aw, that's super nice. Yeah, I am kind of like coming up a newer YouTuber, so I really appreciate all the support I can get. Currently, I have my subscribers that I need to get monetized, but I'm still working on the watch hours. So if you want to like binge on my videos and go watch like one of my playlists, that would mean a lot to me because I'm still working on that part. But yeah, let me know what you're knitting on or what you're working on right now. I'd be super curious to know. I love to know what everyone's working on. That's a nice chill. I feel like it's kind of evening. Everyone's energy is probably more chill. Like you're starting to like chill now more, but I feel like I'm all up now for some reason. I don't know. Oh yeah, it's because I was telling my story where I got so heated about being downtown. No wonder I'm all like energetic now. New isn't new to me. You can call me Susan. Okay, great. Thank you. Thanks for letting me know, Susan. Well, I am still newer though too, but yeah, new to you. Then that's great to hear. Really very fun. I was thinking too of moving actually my knitting podcast from being pre-recorded to just doing them live here because I think it'd be fun to have the interaction and it saves me time to work on like my other main channel content and then have the knitting podcast here for you guys. I think it'd be fun. So let me know if you like that idea or if you like the way it is now. I'd be curious to know if that's, favorable. But I think it could be fun. Keeps the chaos of live, right? That's my whole thing, is being chaotic. I have socks on the needles, one of my fab types of knits beside shawls. Oh, so cool. I wonder, what socks are you working on? Any particular pattern or just vanilla socks? Because I have been looking into doing some socks. Don't ask me about my unblocked shawls. No, it's so weird. I know some people hate blocking, but I love blocking. Like, you cannot tell me blocking is not worth the effort. Blocking makes everything perfect and magic. It's just, oh my gosh. And it makes things softer, and I'm such a baby. My skin is so sensitive, so I like when things are softer. I don't know. I think blocking is worth all the effort. For me personally, I always block everything. I just really like the way it turns out. Yeah. Let me know if you guys are excited. I actually got quite a few. I can't talk. I actually got quite a few responses for my call for testers for this pattern, so I'm actually really excited about that. That was really, really cool to see. Okay, another thing too is this evening I'm supposed to go do karaoke with my little group of friends, but I'm scared that I'm getting sick, so I don't know if I should go. I need advice. Should I go to karaoke? Are you going to give them out for free to testers? Yeah, so the pattern is like free for anyone who wants to sign up and test. And then when you sign up to be a tester, then you get added to, like, we do a little group chat and we can talk amongst ourselves about like how it's going, if there's any mistakes, or like where we are in the progress of it all. So that once that's finished, then the pattern gets released to everyone else now that it's good to go, and then it starts getting sold as like one of my for sale price patterns, basically. So yeah, I just don't have a good spot to do it right now. I'm working on textured socks, 3 more words. But oh, Dana Ray makes. I haven't seen that pattern, but I'll look into it. That's cute. You know how I know that is the hard part about blocking. I have like a little desk in my bedroom that I've been using to block. But yeah, for a shawl, maybe you'll get away with it being nice weather now because it's summer. That maybe you'll be able to do it on a balcony or something, or like outside. Because I'm in a really small space too. I'm in like a 1-bedroom apartment, and I still try to make it work. But it's also hard if you have cats. And the cats are, they're chaos when it comes to pins and trying to kill themselves. I think I've told you guys before, but my cat Luna swallowed a sewing needle one time. And it cost me $3,000 to get it out of her, and so now I have pet insurance, and I'm more careful with what room she's allowed in this place. So, yeah. We got snow yesterday. Ah! Okay, so this scarf will be great for you if it's still snowing where you live. Because, yeah, that's good to know. I forget that not everyone's on the West Coast like I am, where it's like nice and sunny and warm. What? You have pet insurance? How does that work? Yeah, because Luna. Oh my God. Oh, sorry, I was just watching her. She looks like she's getting into stuff, but maybe she's not. Yeah, because of that whole incident of her swallowing the needle, and like it was so expensive. So I got Trupanion. I recommend you should use Trupanion if you have a pet, and basically it's like $60 a month. But if anything ever happens, you pay your, I guess it's called a deductible for insurance, and then they'll take care of anything, and it goes up to really high. So even if it's some crazy surgery to save your pet, like worth like hundreds of thousands of dollars, they will take care of it, and you don't have to worry about it, which is really nice. Getting to feel it, you get link and fish it to your videos. Oh yeah, smart. I should. I have a cat too, just a DHS brown tabby. Oh, cute. Yeah, I really recommend it. Honestly, it has given me such peace of mind, because if I didn't have it, I would I'd be so worried all the time. I mean, I'm still worried about her all the time. I'm such a hover mom with my cat. She's a little hairless cat. But yeah, you need to have it because it's good, and you never know what can happen. And the sooner you do it, the better too, because when they're younger and healthier, it'll be less expensive. But then as they get older, then it can be more expensive. So I definitely recommend doing it now while your cat's healthy and happy, and not waiting till they have issues. Luna's on the counter. She's so crazy. She, like, right before starting this, she just decided to get into her crazy zoomy mode. And I'm like, this is not the time. You can't be doing this right now. I don't know what your deal is. That's old for a cat. Oh, 13? Oh, yeah, Steffi's kind of like mid-range age. But have you heard, Susan, about there's a new, what's it called? a new drug that they're testing for cats that you can start getting access to now. But basically, I think it's for their kidneys, and it prevents kidney disease, which is like the number one cause of cats dying apparently. So it expands their lifespan by a lot. And they end up living more closer to like 30 years old most of the time, which I'm definitely going to do for my cat because I think that'd be really awesome. But yeah, pretty cool technology coming out now for pet health. Very interesting. Who thought we'd be learning about pet health technology here today? That's my age. Oh my gosh! Yeah, your cat could live as long as you. Or as long as how old you are. Wait, no, that doesn't make sense. That's a long time though. 30 years is a big commitment for a pet, but I mean, it's one that I'm willing to make. And my cat is only 1 year old. Oh, he's diabetic. Oh no. I wonder if the insurance would be hard to get then. Oh, poor baby. I heard that can happen a lot in cats. That's, huh. I wonder how you prevent that, or if it's not preventable. Like, it's just adding to the list of things that I'm worried about for Luna. Oh my gosh. So funny. Oh, I don't know if you can hear her crying at me. She's in her crazy mode right now. Oh, shoot. I just made a mistake because I'm talking. I'm chatting. And I totally flipped up the pattern repeat. Hey, girl. I totally didn't forget. Oh, my gosh. How you doing? How you doing? I actually just talked about you earlier because you were the one who encouraged me to get this pattern up and going. And now we're, like, testing it next week on Monday. So I'm so excited. You should turn that chair into cat bed for Luna. Okay, I'm glad you mentioned that because I wanted to ask you guys what video you prefer for next week. Because I have a couple videos lined up that I want to do, but what's the first one you want to see? So one was going to be, fixing that chair to make it for Luna. And two was summer knit trend predictions. So actually, I'll put up a poll right now, and then we can see what you guys want first. Let's do it. Engage with your audience. That's so funny. Okay. Which video do you want next? Question mark. First one, turning chair into cat bed. Bougie cat bed, but you guys know that. Everything I do is bougie. Or summer knit trend predictions, because I have a lot written down. Summer knit trend predictions. Oh, I spelled predictions wrong. That's embarrassing. Predictions. There we go. Start poll. You guys can tell me what you want to see next. I saw that you. Let me just look actually before I speak. Yeah, Freddie, I saw that you signed up for the testnet, so thank you so much. I was saying I got quite a few responses for that, so I was really excited that we got some movement on that. That's exciting. I totally flipped up. I'm working on another sample for that, by the way. That's what I'm working on right now is the lichen scarf design. And Susan says it's snowing where they live, so it's a good thing I'm working on a scarf pattern right now because it's still an okay time for scarves apparently, so that's good to hear. No worries if you pick someone else. I'll buy. Oh, you're so cute. No, I know. So I said I want at least 2 testers for each size, and there's a small and a large. But I'm gonna maybe take a couple more just because it's good promotion too. So and I'm probably just gonna go based off what's easier for everyone. Like if everyone's cool with this platform to do the test on, then I'm gonna go with that. So I think that's how. And by order of who answered first. So it'll be super fair. It's not gonna be like subjective, like, oh, which person do I like more? It's gonna be like the order in which they were answered, and so there's no bias, basically. I think that's how I'm gonna always hopefully choose for it. And yeah, I'll choose a couple more than I was planning, like so that I can have 2 for each size, because I noticed from the last test knit that I did that even when you accept people and say yes to them, they don't necessarily complete the project, or they ghost you, and like things like that can happen. People get busy. I totally understand, or they forget that they signed up. So I just will choose a couple extra people anyway to make sure it's all good. But yeah, that's the plan for that one. Yeah, it's snowing here too. Oh my goodness, that's good news for me, but it's like kind of sucky news for you guys. Unless you like the snow, then go off. I mean, hopefully you like the snow if you live somewhere where it's like snowy this late in the year. No worries. Yeah, I think I read that already. You're addicted to reading chat. Ooh, okay. The cat bed is winning. Let me see. 75-25. Okay, cool. Good to know. That's perfect, because that was what I was going to do anyway. It's sticking to my plan. Okay, and I have a couple ideas for that. So I'll probably do Instagram polls, but if you shout out in the chat right now and be like, I like this color better, then I'll keep that in mind too. But the chair is like very gray, but it's got a cool undertone of gray. So I don't know if I want to make the color palette for like all green colors, which will fit nice with my living room, or if I want to do all blue colors because it kind of matches Luna. Because either way, it looks nice with the chair. And I'm going to just use all stuff I already have, is my plan. I like snow, but I want flowers. Oh, I love wildflowers. I love those TikToks where people go and take like, what's it called? Seasoning shakers, and then they go and spread wildflower seeds all over the city, and then they end up growing everywhere, like guerrilla seeding. I don't know, I think that's so cool. It's probably illegal, but I like it a lot. I saw your call for testers, but I don't tend to have DK in my stash, and I wouldn't want to hold up starting. Oh, I mean, it's no worries. You can always, if you're into it, buy the pattern when it's released or anything like that, but also, the gauge isn't super, I would say, like, I'm not going to be picky about it, even if you use different yarn. It doesn't really matter because it's a scarf, so it's just, at the end of the day, if you make a size that you like, then that's what's most important. But I don't think I'm super picky about the gauge for this one. I don't think it's a big deal for the scarf anyway. If it was a garment, I'd be like, Bessie, like, try to make it work. But yeah, for this type of thing, I don't think it's super big deal. There's some fiber festivals coming up next month, so I can pick some up after. So yeah, exactly. That would be perfect. Totally. And that's really cool that you have some fiber festivals coming up where you are, because we just did our first fiber festival of the year here in Vancouver area / like Lower Mainland. Fibres West. I actually just posted my video for Fibres West, and it was super fun. I saved up, like, I hadn't bought yarn since January to save to buy yarn from Fibres West, which was super fun. But our really, really big one is coming up in September. So that's Knit City, Vancouver, and that's way bigger than Fibres West, but it's really fun. And it's almost always my birthday, so I love that. It's always very tempting to buy a lot because I go, that's my birthday, I should. I go home afterwards, I'm like, I spent too much money. It's okay. There's a fiber festival 1 hour away this weekend, but I'm not going. Oh, yeah. I mean, an hour is a commitment, for sure. Yeah. I'm happy there's not too many. Like, there's the two, and they're kind of like exactly 6 months apart from each other, I believe. So makes it nice not to be like too tempted to buy yarn all the time. But I know there's like yarn crawls and different things in Washington, which is kind of close to where I am. So yeah, I don't know. Waiting for a little local yarn store day next month. Oh, when is local yarn store day? What day is that? I need to look into that. That's super fun. I'm actually it's coming up so fast, but I'm actually going to Utah next month. Woo! I'm going to be visiting one of my friends that lives there. So if you guys know of any yarn stores in Utah, let me know. I mean, Utah's a big state, so. And to be honest, I don't actually know where I'm staying in Utah because my friend's just going to pick me up and take her to where she lives. So I haven't even had to ask, like, where do you live in Utah? I don't really know where I'm going, so I can't help you guys with that. So That's, have you ever done hashtag yarn bobbing? No, I've seen that, but I feel like with knitters too, we're so precious with our yarn. I feel like I don't want to waste any of my nice yarn for that, you know? That's cool. April 27th. Sorry, I had to look it up. Oh no, that's good to know. Because I will be in town for that, so that's good. That'd be really cool. I was actually thinking of reaching out to some of my local yarn stores to see if they want to sell my patterns because I had a yarn store reach out on Ravelry, Paradise Fibres yarn, to sell one of my patterns there. So that's kind of in the works. But they actually recently just had a fire, which is really sad. Oh my god, wait. It's totally already April. Yeah, it is literally April. Isn't that crazy? Congrats. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's kind of on the back burner right now because they had a fire recently in the building next to them. So their whole shop is like, they're kind of just trying to get things sorted right now. But, and so they've been too busy to answer my messages. But yeah, I want to reach out again to, or reach out to some of the local yarn stores. That'd be cool. And then once I get enough designs going too, I would love to make a book eventually, like a pattern book, because I like my main thing is I do graphic design. Like my main job is graphic design when I'm not doing YouTube and stuff. So I would have such a blast like designing the book and making it really cool and unique to what I do. Oh geez, fires and good. I know. And so like a lot of their yarn got wrecked and like the different, they have a lot of stuff there. So yeah, I know, it's really sad. So go support them if you can. They're Paradise Fibers. I think they're in what's it called? They're on the border of Oregon and Washington, somewhere around there in the States. So yeah, I know. Too bad. Does anyone have any knitting tea? Freddie, do you have any cool tea? Let me know. Any shareable tea, that is. That would be cool. I don't know if anything going on in the fiber space. I feel like I've been so disconnected for a while there. There was so much stuff going on. There was like Fiber Fest, people were calling it, when Rhinebeck. No, it wasn't Rhinebeck. It was one of the ones of Rhinebeck. One of the little things was a total fail. I can't remember which one that was called. Oh, but that was like a big news story for a while. And then there's, I can't think of anything right now. Sorry, guys. I can't think of any tea right now. Woolen Folk, thank you. That's what it's called, Susan. Yeah, exactly. Woolen Folk was such a fail. That's really interesting. But I feel like our community is so chill usually. It's so nice. Except for, okay, I think nothing has been happening in the knitting world. Okay, yeah, I think so too. But I'm going to say, I think it's kind of not scary, but it's kind of a weird space putting out designs and patterns and seeing people putting out designs and patterns, because I feel like there's been a lot of weirdness lately, like with accusations. For a while there, it was every week where it was like an accusation like that this person stole this person's design, or this person stole this person's design, and like they're too similar and da 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 da. And it's so weird to me because I feel like, okay, let's say the garments themselves look very similar. They could be written completely different. Like the actual pattern itself could be laid out completely differently. And then maybe that will make someone want one versus the other. Like maybe they like the way this designer lays out their patterns and they understand it better and it works for their brain better, so then they'll go this way. Or maybe like that really, because we're making our own clothes, so that really micron, like tiny difference that might not mean anything to one person might mean a lot to someone, because we are like so nitpicky and fine about the details as knitters that like that little tiny detail that's different between the two is going to be important to someone, right? So, and no one invented a raglan sweater, okay? No one invented it. It exists. So I feel like we have to be less hard on people for like similar designs, or that's too close, or that's copying, or whatever. I don't know. I just wish people would ease up on that, I guess, is what I'm thinking. Even if they look identical, the patterns will never be the same unless, oh yeah, exactly. So you'll know if someone copied it because the instructions would have to be like laid out the same and be exactly the same. And then you can be like, okay, that person copied that person. But even if it's like the exact same looking garment and the instructions themselves are different, then I feel like that's enough to have it be worth that pattern and be different basically. So I'm not paying attention to this when I'm working on it anymore and I have to do increases. I don't want to do that on stream. So I'm going to move on to, if you watched my Fibres West video, I did a yarn haul and I showed what I got. So do your fingers hurt when you started? No. But I've always been doing finger things, like crafts and things my whole life. Like I used to braid horses as a job, and so I'm very used to like using my hands basically. So I've never really had issues with that actually. But yeah, okay. If you saw my last video, I did a yarn haul, and so this is some new yarn from that video. And I did end up deciding to do the cumulus blouse, which is really funny because last stream here, I was asking you guys what I should make, and y'all chose the cardroom sweater. And that made me realize that I wanted to make this. So I'm making it, all right? All right. Don't sue me. Don't get mad at me. So yeah, I chose to do this. So that's the thing is, if I did the poll and you guys chose something and I didn't like the answer, then that is the answer that I needed, right? So regardless, the poll was helpful. I love the color you picked. Oh, thank you. This was such a struggle to like. Oh yeah, you can see this my swatch. I swatched it right away, but it was such a struggle to find this perfect green. Like this is what I had in mind. This is what I wanted. It's so specific, but I found it. All Points North Yarn Co. This is their yarn, and a close contender was the Okanagan Dye Works, like I showed in the video, but they just were missing one skein, and I needed 4 for the project, so I couldn't go with theirs. But yeah, so the thing with this one is it's a DK weight, and it calls for an Aran weight, but because we'll try not to do that in the mic. Oops, I realized that could be loud. Because the original pattern that says Aran weight is like 2 lace weights altogether, I think DK's fine for that. I don't know if it's 2 lace weights or like I can't remember now, fingering in a lace weight. Something like that. So, and then the person at the booth too was like, oh, I know someone who's made this and you'll be totally fine. So, like with the DK weights, I was like, okay, I feel better about the DK now because I was worried for a second there that this wasn't going to work. I think the gauge is nice too. I went up in needle size from the pattern recommendation, but even if it's just a little bit drapier, like I'm okay with that. So that's where we're at, and I've made a lot of progress. Like I'm almost on the yoke now, and yeah, that's the front of it, and it's gonna be a nice little V-neck, which will be nice. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. How are you guys doing? Freddie, are you working on anything cool? What are you working on? Let me know. I'd love to know. Oh, unless you're working on the same top as last time, which is cute. I like it. And I wonder what time is it for you guys? Because for me it's 5:40, but I wonder what time zones you guys are at, because I know that I have viewers in the UK and like in Europe and stuff, so I'm curious to know if this is a good time for the UK peeps too, because I want to make sure I pick a good time for everybody. In theory, I'm knitting a mini mock neck, but I'm not actually knitting. LOL, I love that. That's true. I'm in Eastern. Oh yeah. So it's like good, perfect kind of evening time, I guess. Oh, I forgot Alberta was one hour ahead. That makes sense. Yeah, that's cool. I like that. Very nice. Very, very good. Luna seems to have settled a little bit. I think she's eating her dinner now. Yeah, okay, so for turning the chair into a bed, that is winning 80% now. So that's definitely what I'm going to make if that's what there's interest in. Oh, I feel like I'm sliding out of this chair. I got a new chair, by the way. Because the old, right, I'm talking about the old chair that's broken. I finally got a new chair, so this one is working very much better. And it fits a little bit better in here because it's a smaller chair, so it's good. But yeah, so for the turning that chair into a bed, I was thinking of adding legs to it to make it like a little fancy elevated bed, but it's gonna be annoying because she'll push her toys underneath it and then they'll be hard to get out. So I don't know if I'm gonna do that. I think I'll just leave it on the ground, like flat as it is. And what's it called? Oh yeah, and then I think I'm gonna do a couple little crochet pillows for it and like a couple little crochet elements, but I'm also gonna sew some stuff, and so yeah, I have plans for that. That'll be fun. What did y'all do for Easter if you did it? Oh yeah, Easter was really nice. I went to my mom's place and we did a little family dinner, and that was really fun. Like a kind of traditional dinner, like chicken and potatoes and that sort of thing. And then the next day, we did at my in-laws. I call them my in-laws, but I'm not technically married. But I mean, at this point, like we've been together for almost 5 years, so I just call them my in-laws. We went there, and then they did lasagna for Easter, which was amazing and very much nice. So that was a fun little change from like traditional Easter dinners. That was fun. And then we played Cards Against Humanity, which is a classic Easter game, if you ask me. Very politically correct and very, very Easter family appropriate. Totally. But no, it's fun. I feel like we have such a weird family where we can all get together and play Cards Against Humanity with our, like, his parents and stuff. I don't know. I appreciate that we can do that. It's very fun. When do you think he will propose? Oh, well, that's a great question. The problem is money. So we, like, instead of deciding to pay for a wedding and that sort of thing, we just decided to pay for a mortgage, and pay for a house. So we did, like, our apartment, so we did that. And the marriage stuff has been just put on the back burner. And I think it's something that I rather do, like, myself too, once I'm in a better place with maybe doing YouTube full time and this whole sort of thing full time and having a little more money set aside, just because we both kind of want to do a bigger, nicer wedding. I'd be happy just eloping too, but I think it's fun to do like a nice traditional wedding. Not so traditional, but like a big party basically for all our friends. I think that would be nice, but expensive. So, but yeah, I have a lot of hangups too. Like, I just realized yesterday my friend was asking me like, "Oh wait, was it you who said you're changing your last name?" And I was like, "No, And then it made me realize I don't think I want to change my last name. I think I wanted to before, but now I've realized I like my last name and I don't want to change it. So, and it's a lot of work to change your name. Like, I can't even stomach the idea of getting a new passport. Ugh. And a new driver's license. Oh my god. I don't want to do any of that. That's a lot of work. That is a lot of work. I don't want to do it. My partner's family had a ham roast and scalloped potatoes. Ooh, but I stayed home because I was too tired. Oh my god, that is so valid. Like I said, I don't know if I'll go to karaoke tonight because I'm so tired. You guys have to tell me if I should go to karaoke or not tonight with my friends. Our 5th anniversary is next Friday, actually. Whoa! We've been with our partners the same amount of time-ish, sort of, kind of, a little bit, because my 5th anniversary is in October. So that's pretty cool. It's so similar. My wedding cost me $100 for the documents and $50 for the 2 witnesses. Wait, you had to pay for the witnesses? Wait, you need to explain that. Do you have to pay to, like, officially make them witnesses, or did you just find, like, 2 people on the street, pay them $25 each? Because that is very funny. No, I know. I think I would do that too, but like, documentation wise and that kind of legal stuff wise, it doesn't matter for us because we're common law, and so legally because of owning the place together. So legally we're treated the same way as if we were married. So literally, like the married part is just for having a wedding and doing that kind of, you know what I mean, like, or having a ring or whatever. So that's that part. I don't know. I feel like with this day and age, marriage is like not as important to me anyway as it used to be. Kind of. I forgot people change their names. Too much effort. Oh, too much effort. Oh, who has time for that? I don't. We made a Hawaiian pizza with the leftover ham glaze. Oh my gosh, dude! I have been on such a Hawaiian pizza kick. That's all I want lately. I always just dreaming about Hawaiian pizza. I don't know why. I don't know what's gotten into me. Just sometimes it'll come up like every 6 months. I'm like, Hawaiian pizza, definitely. I changed my last name after I got married. It was kind of a pain. So many things to change your name on. I know. I feel like that's so complicated. I don't want to do all that work. I have a hard time remembering things. It's so funny. Yes, when you don't have friends, you pay for 2 random people to be there. It's like, oh my god, no way! You guys are so cute. That's funny. I love that. Also, choosing housing over a wedding is so mature of y'all. Aw, I know. I think Christian and I are very mature. We like to do the importante things and stuff. Your name is nice though. It's like a celebrity name. Oh, thank you. I always think that too, or like an artist name, or it's very unique too. Like I got my website domain, no problem. So, and same thing with all my accounts. It was easy to get my name. No one else has it, so I'm very lucky. I really like my name. I don't want to change it. I don't want to do any of that. But yeah, we definitely try to choose the smart. I know it's hard too because Christian's a little more traditional than I am with some of the stuff. Like I told him literally, let's just go to Value Village and pick up a ring in the ring area, and then that could be my engagement ring. But he's very much like, no, I want to get you the perfect ring, and I was like, just like $100 tops, okay? And he won't listen to me. And then I like, well, how much are you planning on spending? And he won't tell me, and I'm like, oh my gosh. You're such a little menace. I can't can't with this guy. I feel like I'm still all over the place today. Holy guacamole. But I've been recently told by family and friends that I should do an ADHD assessment. And I feel like I agree with them. Like, definitely not to self diagnose or anything. For sure, I don't want to be doing that. But there are signs. And maybe it's something to look into for myself. Maybe that's something I should do. I don't know. Be nice. It'd be nice to like get that sorted out. Well, I love it for you though. Thank you. I know, right? All right. Yeah. Especially because like I've had this issue of being tired all the time. I have ADHD, and yeah, you're probably right. Okay, thank you. That's good to know. I think creatives usually do. Well, that's the thing is my mom would always be like, "Oh, you're just like creative brain, you know?" And I'm like, right. But it's one of those things where I've been so tired all the time for so long, and I just can't figure out what's wrong with me. And I think like looking into it all and hearing about all the symptoms and stuff, it's like I'm masking and then I'm exhausted from it. And then because I sleep all the time and I'm always so tired. And I think it's because I'm doing so much to stay, like to force myself to focus and to do these things that it ends up making me really tired. And so I've just been having like these last few years, especially just way too tired all the time. And I think a lot of it was anxiety too, being tired all the time, which has helped since being on SSRIs, which, I feel like I try to be open with that stuff. But maybe if I can get the ADHD part sorted out, if that is the case, then that could help with being tired all the time too. I don't know. I'm being vulnerable right now. It's scary. Yeah. We'll see. Who knows? Who knows what's wrong with me? No, I'm just kidding. There's nothing wrong with Nothing wrong with me. I'm great. What you said about being tired from masking makes so much sense. I never thought about it that way. That's the thing, yeah. And I've definitely seen people talking about that too, and I've seen it in my partner because he is diagnosed and has ADHD and stuff. And when he has to be social and be around people a lot, he's just so tired after. And I definitely feel that, like when I have to go in person for work versus working from home, I'm definitely way more exhausted after, for sure, for sure. And another thing too about working in the office is just trying to concentrate in that kind of environment when there's so much noise. Like it's one of those really open hallway offices where you can hear everyone's conversations from down the end of the hallway, and it's very distracting. And then there's music playing and the fluorescent lighting. Ugh, I can't I can't work under these conditions. So I pretty much just put my headphones in all day and try to ignore everything because it's too much. I can't work in spaces like that anymore. No, and then sometimes to get a little break, I'll go off into my own space, but I don't want to seem like I'm not trying to be at my desk and stuff. I just genuinely get so tired being in that kind of environment. So I don't know. It's it's something that I'm getting used to, I guess. But I don't get tired talking to you guys, which is nice. Like when I'm doing videos and chatting with chat, it is really nice, and I've been really fulfilled with it lately. Like I've been posting every single week, exact same time, and trying to get more shorts out and doing these live streams, and it's something that I've just really been having fun with and enjoying. And I think I'm seeing more success with it too when I'm working on videos that make me happy and that I'm excited to do versus trying to follow the trends of what people are making that is doing well for them, and that those kind of like videos that everyone's kind of doing them and everyone's finding success with them. But I guess it's scary to put yourself out there and do the unique thing and be yourself. But I'm trying to push myself to do the scary thing right now and be myself and do the unique sort of thing. So uh, I've been really happy with my videos lately. I've been proud of myself. And I'm like inserting my personality again with my editing. Because if you go back to my very first video on my page, it's so me. Like I was like, I'm just gonna be my goofy ass self and put in my stupid editing and just be like an absolute ding dong. And it's very me, and I had so much fun with it. So I'm trying to get back to that because for a while there I was really just trying to like follow with the trends and follow the flow. And that just wasn't working for me. And I was getting burnt out and I didn't want to do it. So now I'm in a place where I'm enjoying making videos again and doing it again, and it's been really encouraging for myself. That's really good. You're really fun and bubbly. Oh, thanks. Yeah, I do get the bubbly a lot. It's funny because sometimes I'm either really bubbly and really happy, or I'm just really like, I guess blunt and sarcastic. So it just depends on my mood, I guess. I'm fascinated by chunky blankets. What's the chunkiest knit you've ever done? Oh, I don't love chunky knits. That's the thing. I feel like chunky knits are not my vibe. I don't know. I hate it. Also, the big needles, like even when I see those videos on TikTok of someone using the big needles, I'm like, I have to skip. Like it actually makes me feel sick, and I don't know why. I have some sort of weird thing in my brain, like the sounds the big needles make together. Ah, I can't do it. I can't do it. And then the finger knitting. There's something that bothers me about it. I have this weird ick with big needles. So I think the chunkiest thing I've ever made is probably nothing. I'm like my very first sweater, which was the novice sweater, which is an Aran weight, which is like not that chunky at all. So I'm a bit of a baby when it comes to that. I feel that, except my first video was following the trends that has gotten more and more chaotic, but my channel is super casual. Yeah, totally. Yeah, that's really cool. Exactly. It's like, just be yourself, I feel like that's what I find is good. I don't like big needles. They hurt my hands. Yeah, I don't know what it is about big needles. It just even the visual of it scares my brain. That's so weird. I don't know what's wrong with me. I'm such a weirdo with big needles. I made one of those giant crochet beads a few years ago with the fuzzy blanket yarn. Oh, so cute. Oh yeah, good point. I think this yarn here, this is the biggest thing I've ever crocheted. Because I crocheted a chicken for my mom. And even that was hard. Oh, wait, let me show you the crochet hook. Like, that's pretty chonky. And it just, sometimes it makes me feel like nauseous. Is that weird? Like, especially the big needles make me feel nauseous. I don't know what's about that. Don't know what's wrong with me with that. And then sometimes those big chunky blankets, I remember it was a trend that people would use roving for it. Like, not even yarn, but it would be like unspun roving pretty much. And then they would just completely fall apart and be disgusting immediately. And I felt so bad for people that wanted to learn knitting and then that was their first experience. And they're like, huh, this stuff sucks. And it's like, yeah, because you were led astray. You were led wrong. But they do look really pretty. I will say the like cute chunky knit blankets look super cute. And I do want to make one eventually if I can get over my weird phobia. That would be good. Totally. Purling, guys. We're purling. We're purling and talking. It's difficult, but it's happening. Are you just doing the hour today? I gotta eat dinner. Yeah, I think I'm gonna end it pretty soon here because I also have to eat dinner. But I'm gonna go maybe for a few more minutes. But I am running out of stuff to talk about. What else was I gonna say? We talked about the chair. We talked about the test knit that's gonna happen Monday. We covered my story time in the beginning about being downtown and hating downtown. Don't forget to like the video. Yeah, don't forget to like the video. Good point, Susan. Thank you. Yeah, make sure you like and please comment on other videos too. I love when you guys comment because it gives me ideas. Like if you ever have suggestions of please make this kind of video, I want to see it. It's so helpful to me. So thanks for the reminder. Yeah, of course. So if you ever have videos that you want to see from me, let me know. And also, let me know what you're having for dinner. I'm making pizza tonight. I'm not making Hawaiian pizza, unfortunately, though. But it is going to be great. It's going to be good. So I would love to know. Pizza again? Yeah, nice. We're both doing pizza. Amazing. Who doesn't love it? A pepperoni this time. See, me too. Not homemade. Oh, but pizza is a pizza, like they say, you know. Definitely love pizza. I'm gonna do pepperoni too, I think. But I'm gonna add my own stuff. It's fun. It's fun. I like to make homemade pizza, make it really good. Make the dough myself. I have the best dough recipe, I think. I go with my heart though. I do like the Italian nonna, you just feel it, right? When the dough feels right, that's when you know it's right. So that's kind of how I do my pizza, but it's always really good. So, you know. My pizza senses never lead me astray. It's been a long week. Definitely. Good point. Pizza is a great way to end it. Well, pizza is also a great way to end this stream. So anyway, thank you so much for sticking around, everybody. Really appreciate you guys being here. And I'll see you on Wednesday in my next video. Bye, guys. Enjoy pizza and karaoke. See you next week. Yeah, I might do it. We'll see. Bye, guys. Have a good weekend. Bye.